You could never play games too.
Hello, friends. My apology about the delay. Long story short, I was locked out of the studio, but now I'm here, and I actually am in the studio. So yeah, today I'm actually gonna be talking about a topic that I never really knew I would talk about until I recently went to a trip, and I started looking back at it. I'm like, yeah, I probably need to talk about this. I mean, it's kind of a rant slash not really. I'm just gonna talk about a story time kind of thing, the experience that happened to me recently. So yeah, before we start, if you haven't heard my show, number one, hi, this is My Mind That Are Working, Tuesdays, 11 a.m. every week. My name's Hiba, and trips. So we all have those kind of times where our families are kind of like, you know what? We deserve a break. We need to go to this place, probably bring some friends, and we'll have a great, grand time, even though we're spending so much money, and we're going to be spending extra money to be able to pay for merchandise there and all that. So, lot of money spending. Yes. So we've all been to trips, okay? We've all been to things like Disneyland, like, of course, when we were little, or, all that such. And, of course, I went to, I don't remember going on trips when I was younger, but I recently went to one, the day before Labor Day. I went to oh my God, I almost said it, Poconos, okay? Now, let me just say, can I just say, the word Poconos sounds like Pocahontas. So if I accidentally say Pocahontas instead of Poconos, then I'm not talking about Pocahontas, I'm talking about Poconos. Because they both start with Poco, so like, it's kind of confusing. Yeah, Poconos. The place filled with trees and even more trees, okay? I went there and there was a lot of trees and I was devouring the oxygen in the air. Like, I'm not even kidding. It was a lot of trees. Not surprised. It was very nature-based, okay? So I was kind of like enjoying it, it's great, but there's a lot of things that went down. And I mean downhill. So not a good thing, okay? So to start off, in the Poconos, there's a lot of different things you can do, but of course you have to do research, okay? Bleh. You have to do a lot of research. My sister, she's really good at like trip planning and like doing all that jazz, so kind of making sure we're all doing the same thing, like, oh, first we're gonna do this and this and that, so we can be able to do a lot of things without worrying about time, right? So she's really good at those kind of stuff, and it's good that, like, shout out to her. She actually made our trip memorable, right? In a good and bad way. So, by the way, whoever, shout out to the people listening, and I feel like there might be at least one person listening who knows this story, like my rant about this. So shout out to you. Anyways, so when we went to the Poconos, it was my family and two other families, right? Yeah, so how do I start this? Okay, so again, there's a lot of things you can do there, like hiking, there's boating, there's, oh my God, I'm trying to think, zip lining, train ride, which I'm gonna be talking about loads later on, and we'll see what happens. So what did we did? Okay, so the first thing we did actually was a trail, okay? So the trail was kind of like a hiking trail type of thing, where you get to pay for different timings, if that makes sense. Like, there's a 15-minute one, there's an hour and 30 minutes. That's all I know, actually, because we went to the hour 30 minutes, and my parents and like this one other mom went to the 15-minute one, right? Now, the difference is that not only is it shorter or like longer, but the 15-minute one, you get to apparently, and by the way, I'm saying what the description was, by the way. So they said in the 15-minute one, you get to look at one singular waterfall, okay? You get to go down, see it, went back up, that's it. While the 1 hour and 30 minute one, you get to see multiple waterfalls and, just see that. I was excited about that. So we all wanted to see a bunch of waterfalls, even though it's nothing different, it's just water falling. Like, they won't look any different. So we were like, you know what, sure, we'll go to it, it's fun. First thing, if you're going to Poconos, okay, you're going to do a trail, wear comfortable clothing and do not wear black, okay? I wore like black overalls and I was dying because it was so hot. I don't learn my lesson, okay? I keep wearing black in summer because it looks cool, but I'm dying, okay? I'm pale, okay? Like, my skin color is pale and I'm dying, okay? It was horrible. But it was a nice trail. I wore comfortable shoes, I would say, but there are so many stairs. Also, you need to exercise for a whole week before going to that trip because there's a lot of, especially when you go to a trail, okay? Like, it's a lot of exercising. So we went up the stairs and down. Going down the stairs was not that bad, but going up the stairs was just, oh my God, it was horrible. So I don't exercise that often, by the way, as you can tell. So I went around the trail. We saw the waterfall from really far away, and it was like deep down. You know, if you're afraid of heights, not a good idea. My brother was afraid of heights, and he didn't look down at all. But this trail starts off when you're really high up, and you see the waterfall from all the way down there, and you're like, oh my God, that's so cool, wow. You keep going down, and you're getting closer to the waterfall. You're like, wow, so cool. You keep going down, and keep going down, keep going down. By the way, I'm talking about the 1 hour and 30 minute one. We kept walking through an entire trail, and I kid you not, the entire experience was scam-worthy, okay? They said we're gonna look at a bunch of waterfalls. Instead, we spent 1 hour, not even an hour and 30 minutes, even 45 minutes, right? We spent that much time by revolving around one singular waterfall. Like the 15-minute one, you look from far away and leave. While the hour and 30-minute one, you just walk around it. You're not even seeing different waterfalls. It's just one singular waterfall and you're walking around it. That's not a bunch of water. We were all so disappointed. We're like, are you kidding me? We thought we're gonna look at a bunch of waterfalls. We just saw one and we just walked around. Like, we were all like, okay, we did this exercise to see a bunch and get a good experience. That was just one. Oh my God. Yeah. But we got really good pictures though. We got really, really good pictures. Which I might be posting actually, which pictures, by the way, were like at the bottom. The waterfall was like a little bit far from us, but it was just kind of like the water kind of like streaming on the floor. It was really wet and disgusting, but it was nice pictures, right? I'll post them because, you know, my laptop is fixed. Good, thank God. So yeah, that was the trail. Again, kind of nice, but I would rather just do the 15-minute one, just I'll just look at the waterfall and just walk away. I mean, when we went to Canada this one time, my dad was kind of like, guys, we don't need to see the Niagara Falls because it's just water falling. Which, by the way, let me tell you, go to Niagara Falls. I know it's just water falling, but like, it's so gorgeous. So gorgeous. Like, especially from far away. You don't have to do the whole like trail where you're like going inside the waterfall, the cave that's literally in the Niagara Falls. It's like, just look at it from far away. You don't have to go to the boating either. Just look at it from far away. It's so pretty. So pretty. Anyways, yeah, so we finished the trail. We're like, okay, whatever. We went back to our base and then we drove to the zip lining. Let me tell you, the zip lining was probably the only good thing that happened in the trip. No shade, but like it was pretty dope. Okay, I can't lie. It was pretty dope. Well, the zip lining was actually pretty fun because, okay, number one, I've always wanted to try it, despite the fact that I'm actually pretty afraid of heights, okay? I can't lie. I'm pretty afraid of heights. To an extent, okay? So, like, for example, if I'm driving up the mountain in a car, I feel safe. I'm like, you know what? I'm safe. I'm not gonna fall down unless the driver doesn't have a license and he's like, skirt and just off the mountain. No, thank you, okay? But if I was, you know, of course, like on a mountain and a flat surface, like a huge mountain, huge flat surface, I'm not gonna fall off because it's a huge flat surface. I could just stand in the middle of it and just look down and be like, ooh, cool. But if I was standing, I don't know what situation I'd be in if I was in this, but if, actually just, I wanna make it more realistic. How about, you know those amusement parks with that specific ride that has a bunch of swings around it? And like that ride just carries all the swings and spins around and you're like kind of floating. Well, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like in every amusement park. I'm pretty sure you know what I mean. It's like a little swing thing, but like, yeah, you know, the thing spins and you're like kind of tilting a bit, but like you're like singular. I feel like every amusement park has it. Anyways, I'm afraid of that, okay? Because I feel like I don't have protection. Like I could just fall off any minute now. So it's that idea that like even I struggled learning how to go. I know I'm gonna sound stupid, but I was too afraid of going up the stairs, especially down the stairs, because those stairs are kind of narrow. So like I could just trip and fall down the stairs. So that's what I'm afraid of. Like the heights that like there's a chance, it's like clearly there's a chance you're gonna fall down and fall to your death. So that's what I'm afraid of. So ziplining, like, I'm just strapped to something and my legs are dangling, like, no thank you. But I was like, you know what, I'll try it. Now this one was actually 900 feet, which sounds like a lot, but once you see it, it's actually not that bad. I looked down, I was like, yeah, I got this. And it was actually not that bad. However, if you're gonna try ziplining, okay, so how they did it is that they strapped me up and stuff, and which, by the way, let me tell you right now, when I ziplined, excuse me 1 second. Got a burp for a sec. Okay, so when I ziplined, I actually felt secured. Like, it's not like it felt like, oh, I'm gonna fall off any second now. It felt secure. So like that one, that aspect I was fine with. But then the only issue that I actually kind of am afraid of as well is the speed. When they first like send you off, you go a bit downhill. So it was so fast that my body was reacting like, oh my God. And I started screaming like, no. I was like going crazy. I couldn't, like, I was like, I'm gonna die. This is horrible. But once it goes downhill, it starts going a bit more straight. And that's when I realized how incredible the experience was. Now again, 900 feet, it lasted like, 45 seconds? It was not even 45, it was like 30 seconds. So I was like, okay. Like, I looked down, like, at first my eyes were closed, like, I'm freaking out. But once I opened my eyes and I looked around, I was like, this is so nice. It was so beautiful. And the thing is that there's different options. There's 900 feet, there's 1,000 feet, and there's 4,000 feet, which actually I'm aiming for. Because I was like, you know what? Sure, you know, whatever. So I am planning on doing that if we ever go there again. So I kind of like that experience. So ziplining was actually pretty fun, right? So I'm gonna quickly skim through the worst one, the worst experience, not ziplining, but the train ride. Oh my God, if you're going to Poconos, do not ever, and I repeat, do not ever go on the train ride, okay? It's a complete scam, okay? Here's the thing. When you go on a train ride, you expect to see a lot of views and all these picture-worthy kind of views, right? Now, as my brother would describe it, the whole train ride, the views that you see are, look to your right, you see rocks, look to your left, you see trees, have a good day. I swear, if I was sitting on the left side, which is supposed to be more view-worthy, because I looked on the right, I swear, the train ride, like, it's right next to a mountain, so the people sitting on the right, all they see for the, like, 99% of the ride was rocks, because it was a mountain. So all you see is the side of the mountain, which is, like, no views whatsoever. And so, on my left, there's views, but covered by a bunch of trees. You can't see anything. I swear, my mom was like texting me. She was like, Hiba, don't forget to take video. I'm like, of what? There's nothing. Like, I swear, I can't even describe how frustrated I was because I was so excited because I love train rides, but there's nothing. I can see through the cracks between those trees of people boating. I'm like, I want to see that, but I can't because trees are in the way. So the entire ride, it was just trees. I'm like, we paid money. We made an appointment, which there's a lot of drama that happened in the trip. Like when we finished ziplining, we were kind of late for our train ride. My dad dropped us off and went to park, and then he had to run. He had a bad heart condition. It was a bad thing, okay? He was running, and we were so scared about his health, but he's okay. It was a lot, okay? But all of that for a disappointing train ride. Okay, it was bad. We were expecting mountain views, going up the mountain and looking down. It was I thought it was gonna be beautiful. Horrible. Don't recommend it at all. Okay. Super crowded, claustrophobic. Didn't like it. Okay. So that's the train ride. I complained. That's my rant. Now I'm gonna move on to the next trip that I went to. I think December 2 years ago. I was a junior, so it was. Not 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Oh my God. Junior year was 3 years ago? Wow, I'm getting old. I'm turning 19 in 2 months too. So I'm like, I'm still trying to recover from this. I felt like I just turned 18 like yesterday. I feel like when I was 18, like the year that I spent being 18 went by so fast. So I didn't experience that much, and I'm already being 19, and then next year I'm being 20. Oh my God. Anyway, stop talking about birthdays. So the other trip that I went to was, I was going to talk about Canada, but Canada was actually a really nice trip, so I'm not going to talk about that, because I'm just complaining, okay? This show is about complaining, okay? You're not getting positivity today, okay? So, Disney and Universal. I'm just gonna talk both of them. I'm not gonna be specific. I'm just gonna talk about them combined, because I went through that experience so much, and please don't hate on me, but I usually forget which rides are Disney, or like which companies are Disney, which Disney's companies Universal, because I keep forgetting. So yeah, don't blame me on that. So Disney and Universal, I had loads of fun. Okay, don't get me wrong, loads of fun. However, the one thing that was pulling me down is, number one, when you go to a different state and like you're surrounded by things that you're never usually surrounded by. Like, I've never been to Disney. First time, it's great. I of course want to take a lot of pictures, right? Because to get it, memorable and whatever. We weren't able to take as much because my sister did all the planning. Thanks to her. Thank you so much. We had a lot of fun from it. But we scheduled so many things close to each other so that like after we finish the thing, okay, we have to run to get this other thing. We have to run to this. We didn't. There's so many things that passed by. I'm like, oh my god, I want to take a picture with that. We couldn't because we were just too busy going from one thing to another, to another, to another. And don't get me started on the lines. Holy, I can't even talk about that. The lines that you have to wait for rides, especially the train. I swear to God, I have so many bad experiences with trains. But the train ride in Disney actually was really nice. I can't lie. I looked at things, I'm like, oh my god, I saw that in that movie. That's so cool. Highly suggest it. However, we waited in line for like an hour or two. It was exhausting. I can't even describe. It was so hot that day. I had to wait in line. Like the lines, super annoying. Super annoying. There's one, I think, I don't think it was a Tinkerbell. I think it was a Tinkerbell ride. So we went to the thing, I think, oh my god, I hope I'm not wrong. There's a Tinkerbell ride that we went on. The line was so long, and it was not even worth it. It was so bad. I looked, I'm like, are you kidding me? We wait this long, and it was nothing. So that was bad. They're really good rides, actually, there. I mean, Disney and Universal, both of them, it was pretty nice. But yeah, I think just the idea that like, I think if you're gonna go to Disney or Universal, make sure you have like a long time period like that you're in California, because you could like, it's better to just take your time throughout the day, go to one, take pictures, go to eat and stuff. So that's the only bad thing, is that time crunch. It's like, oh my god, I'm trying to go from one place to another, to another, to another, to another. It was horrible. Yeah, so that was one bad thing about it. What else can I say about Disney and Universal? Highly suggest the Harry Potter ride. Okay, let me just confess this right now. Never read any book, never watched any of the movies. I love the Harry Potter ride so much, even though I don't understand anything that's happening. I'm like, I still love it. We literally bought a wand. I know those are expensive, but we bought it because we're like, why not? None of us have read, I think my sister has read some books, Harry Potter books. She knows a little bit more about it, not that much. Me and my brother never read it in our life. We're like, we need a wand. So we got a wand. It was actually pretty interesting. I want to give credits because the staff over there, like, they need to practice. They need to know their knowledge to be able to give, like, the thing is that one of the staff members came up to me, started asking me questions, like scenarios, like, oh, if you were in this scenario, what would you do? So it's that kind of thing. And like, it's like a personality test. And then from what I've said, he would give me a wand that specifically fits me. So it's pretty cool, actually. So highly suggest Harry Potter ride. Okay, Harry Potter ride. Holy, I can't even like describe the experience. I would say it's good thing that, okay, the Harry Potter ride, the way it's done, it's so hard to explain it like in my voice without you seeing my hand gestures, because like, imagine, how do I say, a cane. Oh, I'm already bad at describing this. So imagine like, okay, this is gonna be really graphic, but just listen to me, okay? Imagine an arm holding a box, if that makes sense. Just holding it and like swishing it around. Just an arm, no body, nothing, just an arm, like swishing it around, kind of like a cane thing, right? So imagine us being in that box. So that's kind of the mechanics behind that ride. And the thing is that the room is dark, and it's a huge room, I'm pretty sure. Like underneath me, there's nothing. It's like completely dark. So if I have a fear of heights and it wasn't dark, then I would be freaking out, because oh my god, it was quite the experience. Like, this cane kept moving us from one place to another, and shows visuals from like Harry Potter movies and stuff like that. It was so cool. And I would say if you're kind of like afraid of like being upside down or something like that. There's no upside downs, by the way. I'm afraid of upside downs. But it felt like I was gonna be upside down. I was so scared. But I felt like now that I know there isn't upside downs, I would go there again. Definitely. Just go there early. That's one bad thing also about those trips. You gotta go early. As much as like you're not an early bird, like you gotta. Okay, that's the only bad thing as well. Like I'd be exhausted. Like over there, I was like telling my sister, I'm like, please, I just need to get some like Starbucks coffee or something. Like I need to wake up. My sister's like, no, we have to go because we're gonna be early. And I was like, oh my god, that's one bad thing as well. So yeah, I'm gonna be stopping there. And by the way, I talked about those two things, the Poconos and Disney, because I did post on Instagram saying the worst, worst trip you've ever been and why. And I got one Disney response. They said Disney because it's a scam, which I do agree because, again, when I talked about last week, merch, when you're buying merch, very expensive. I fell for the merch and I bought 2 Mickey ears because me and my sister couldn't help ourselves, and a bunch of other things that I was like, sister, we need to stop. She was like, no, we have to keep going. And yeah, we bought a lot of stuff. And the other one was actually one of the people that came with us to the Poconos, and he was kind of like, don't forget to talk about the train ride. We're like, yep, I know that. And he knows that I did not like the train ride. None of us did, actually. So yeah, so I was thinking about it actually during the song, and I was like, you know what? We didn't actually do that much in Canada. Like, I mean, I don't know. See, we only went to Niagara Falls. Oh my god. Niagara Falls. I heard so many different pronunciations, I can't even say it right. I don't know, like, okay, the one thing I didn't suggest is that, like, we did put, like, raincoats on, and we were able to go up close to the, Niagara Falls, and, like, going behind the cave, as I mentioned. I don't know, it's just looking close up at the water and whatever. As I mentioned, like, seeing it from far away is good enough, honestly. But one thing I highly suggest is the boardwalk. Like, not even the board, I don't know what do you call it, but, like, it's like this whole street that you can walk, and I can tell you, I highly admire the colors they put into each building. Like, each building, one of them was like mini golf, go-karts, which, by the way, was my first time going to no, actually it's not my first, the second time I went go-karting, but like the first time I went was like at Arnold's, which is like, it's kind of like a circuit, it's not that big, but the one in Canada, I keep saying holy, it was kind of like an actual, like, I felt like I was in Mario Kart. It was so cool. It was like outside, you could go up and like up a level, and like you look down, there's like you're in heights and stuff like that, compared to like the one in Arnold's, which is like one level and whatever, if that makes any sense. You're like more levitated, like if you go to the actual real one. Anyways, but I've always loved go-karting, though. I love go-karting. It's just the idea of going really fast, and like I just get that Mario Kart vibes. Like it's so cool. So that was really fun. What's it called? What else was there? We went mini golfing, as I mentioned. I took so many pictures in there. Yeah, so Canada, that was great. We only been there for 2 days, so it's not that much. We did wear our Eagles shirts, to represent, and some people complimented it. They're like, oh, you're Americans. I'm like, yeah. People there are really nice. We went there for Eid. By the way, Eid is a holiday, the only holiday we celebrate as Muslims, and it's pretty sick. Yeah, so that happened. I feel like some tips I can give when you're going to trips, especially in different states, is number one, you're gonna expect to take pictures, might as well dress for it. Okay, so like don't wear something too fancy, just wear something normal looking, not something you're wearing to a wedding or something. Just normal looking, comfortable shoes. Okay, I can't stress this enough. Comfortable shoes. Okay, you can get like maybe something like nice shoes when you're going to a restaurant or something, but comfortable shoes, absolutely. Also, when you're going during winter, or you know that it might be cold there, especially Canada, cold. What's it called? Just get jackets just in case, unless you're going summer, then you don't have to. Sunscreen, definitely sunscreen. Money, yes. I know I keep talking about money management, but like, get a budget, okay? Like, if you don't want to spend that much, literally, like, only pack a specific amount and be like, I'm not gonna pay more than this, okay? Yeah, or if you want, you can treat yourself. You can be like, you know what? Let's go wild, okay? Throw the money in the air, okay? We're gonna treat myself right now. So that's pretty cool. Also, if you're going to a specific country or state that has something that's known for example, if someone lives in California is going to Pennsylvania, one thing my friends don't believe me on this, but I highly I don't think it's debatable. I think it's obvious. I think Wawa is tourist attraction. Okay, let me just say that right now. If you're coming to Pennsylvania and you want to try something that's not in any other state or country, Wawa. Okay, go to Wawa. Like there's this people who came from Morocco actually, who actually came with us to the Poconos. They came for like a visit. I just went on a 10-minute lecture about how they should go to Wawa way more often later, and she was like, "You're crazy." I'm like, "I'm not, I swear." And the next day, she told me she got Wawa coffee, and I'm so proud. Yeah, Wawa is like a huge deal. Like Valley Forge Park, meh. But Wawa, that's where we're at, okay? As you can tell, I love Wawa so much. There's that. Yeah, so go to those. I think there's the Wawa of Canada. I forgot what it was called. It started with a T. I completely forgot. But I went there. Their iced coffee, my friend suggested it. She was like, you have to try their iced coffee. I tried it. Really good. However, there's actually something that I'm kind of ashamed of America for this. No shade, but when I was ordering a drink at Canada, like a smoothie, I was like, oh, hey, like, can I have a large? They're like, yeah, sure. They give me the cup. I swear, okay, if you order a medium here, that size cup is their large. I kid you not. It is not that big. I looked, I'm like, you're kidding. This is not, I wasn't disappointed. I mean, losing weight, it's great, in portion sizes. Yeah. It was not that big, and I was so shocked. It was my first time actually experiencing that, because all my life I lived in America. I'm used to the large being this big, medium being this big. So having large over there be that big, I was shocked. And it made me, I've heard a lot of people be like, oh, America has a lot of big sizes, and I'm like, what do you mean? I don't get it. Especially I watch British YouTubers when they're talking about American foods versus British foods. They're like, oh, American foods have a lot of portions. I'm like, I never got it. But once I went to Canada, I really experienced that. I was like, oh, okay. I've seen, when I love watching British YouTubers kind of critiquing British foods versus American foods. And when they described what their size is, the food size over there versus big, our big ones, I was shocked. It's actually not that big. They have small size, small portions. Crazy. Our world is so big, honestly. But I did live in Dubai for 6 years, but I was young, so I don't remember anything. And my mom has cooked at home the majority of the time. Actually, you want to know a fact? In Dubai, I didn't technically live in Dubai. I say Dubai because a lot of people know it, but I lived somewhere an hour away from it called Sharjah. And I kid you not, when I lived there for 6 years, their Pizza Hut is a dine-in, full-on fancy restaurant, okay? I go there, it is incredible with stuffed crust and all that. I loved Pizza Hut there, right? So when I came to America, I was like, oh, Mom, Daddy, let's have Pizza Hut. They're like, over here it's a takeout restaurant, right? I'm like, you're kidding. They're like, I swear. I saw it once, I'm like, there's no way. Over there, everything is fancy. McDonald's? It tastes different there. It tastes gourmet. I'm not even kidding. McDonald's there is completely different than here. There, it's you need to wear something nice to go there. You're going full out. I remember back in Dubai, I used to talk about trips. Now I'm talking about my experience in Dubai. But I should make a whole show about this. Oh my God, there's a lot of differences between Dubai and here. Let me just say that right now. Yeah, in Dubai, I remember whenever I went to Burger King or something, I would be like, yeah, this is the most American I've ever done. My mom did also tell me there's a store that actually brought stuff from America to our place. So it was a huge deal for everybody. They're like, Philadelphia cheese in Dubai? What? It was a big deal. And my mom would always bring it, and we'd always look at it what is this? What is this madness? It was so cool. And also I remember whipped cream. I think we had it, but I just thought it was really American. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. I remember there's so many things that I looked, I'm like, this is American, even though it's probably just normal. But yeah, but probably the biggest shock in my life was probably Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut, I can't even describe. Pizza Hut there is just a full, Cheesecake Factory, California Pizza Kitchen. That is Pizza Hut. It was really nice. I remember the waitresses, the waiters, oh my God. Okay, America, if you're listening, I don't know I don't know. There's not a person called America, but or the government. Please, if try to. I don't think it's the government's control either. Just please make a Pizza Hut that's not in. It's worth it. Trust me. But there's that. Yeah, honestly, I would love to make a whole show dedicated to things that I've seen in Dubai that's different from here. Like, oh my god, there's huge differences. I'm talking education systems, buildings, and over there, there's a lot of taxis. Let me tell you right now, taxis everywhere. Even in Syria, same thing. All Arab countries, like, always taxis constantly. Oh my god, that was nostalgic. Oh my god, I wish I could go back, honestly. I'd love to go visit, but like, the Arab countries have gone downhill. Let's say that. We left at a good time because all of our friends who live there, they're like, it's getting worse. And all of them are like leaving Dubai, going somewhere different. Like they're going to Canada. They're going to, I don't know where they live right now. I lost connection with them. So yeah, thanks for listening. I talked a lot about trips that I went through. And honestly, again, I would say see my advice for going to different places, especially that you, like has things that are unique and you've never seen in your entire life. Try them. I've never been ziplining. I did it. That's it. That's it. Like that's all I can think of. Yeah, I would say try new things. Try new things. Definitely. It makes the trip way more memorable. Like I can always remember Poconos because I went ziplining for the first time. It was really fun. And so yeah, I would say try that. Don't spend that much money. I feel like that's my memo for every time I make a show. It'll always end off the same way. Always just don't spend money. Don't spend money, okay? Just watch me talk about Dubai next week and be like, don't spend money, even though it has nothing to do with money. But yeah, this is my mind of the working. I'll see you guys next week. And if you want, go on my Facebook, write down your worst trip experiences and why. Don't forget, go to moncoradio.com, calendar. Click on my mind of the working and you'll see it right there. Take you to my Facebook page. And yeah, I will see you guys next week. See you guys Tuesday, 11 a.m. Goodbye.